Okay guys, still solving systems of linear equations algebraically, and this week we're going to be looking at the elimination method. So the first thing that we want to do when we're trying to decide what variable to eliminate is we want to look at the numbers in front of our variables. And we want to look for numbers that are either the same number or opposites. So if I look at my system that I have here in example 1, the numbers in front of x are -2 and 2. The numbers in front of y are -8 and -6. So I'm looking for either the same number or the opposite number, and that's going to tell me what variable I want to eliminate. So the fact that I have -2 and 2 in front of x, those are opposite coefficients. So I'm going to make the decision to eliminate x. Okay, so we are going to eliminate the variable x, because if we get rid of x, then we only have y, and we know how to solve when we only have one variable. Okay, so being that the -2 and the 2 are opposites, we are going to add the two equations. Okay, so I have -2x minus 8y equals 10, and my second equation is 2x minus 6y equals 18. I am going to be adding these two equations since we have opposites, okay? So when you have -2 and 2, those cancel out. They've been eliminated. And now we have -8 and -6y, which add to give me a -14y. And then 10 plus 18 give me 28. Okay, so basically we're just combining like terms here through addition in this case. Okay, so moving along, we are now being asked to use inverse operations to solve for the remaining variable. Well, we're solving for y, so we're going to do inverse operations to get y by itself, and the way that we're going to do that is we need to get rid of this -14 out in front, which we'll do by dividing, because dividing undoes multiplication. Okay, so then I'm left with y equals -2, and I am going to bubble that in because I need that for my final answer. Okay, so now step 5, similar to substitution, we are going to plug this back into an equation and solve for the remaining variable. Now it doesn't matter which equation you pick. I'm going to pick the second one just because there's fewer negative signs. Okay, so I know that y is -2, so I'm just going to rewrite this by substituting -2 in for y. Okay, when I do this, I get 2x plus 12 equals 18. And then if I move the 12 to the other side, and I'm running out of space here, so I'm going to pop up to the next line, then I have 2x equals 6, which means that x is equal to 3. My last step is to write this solution as an ordered pair, so my x value is 3, my y value is -2. All right, let's take a look at another example. Okay, so again, starting by looking at the coefficients on x and y, I'm looking for either the same number or the opposite. And in this case, you can see that I have a -1 in front of both of the y's. So I'm going to make the decision to eliminate y. Okay. And because they are the same sign, I'm going to be subtracting. Okay, so I'm setting up my subtraction problem here. And subtraction can be a little tricky because when we subtract a negative, we know that that turns into addition. Okay, so we need to be careful there. So we have -3 minus a -8, which actually ends up being a positive 8x. So -3 plus 8 gives me a positive 5x. Okay, the y's cancel. And then 8 minus 23. 8 minus 23 will give me a negative 15. The next step that we're going to do is we are going to solve for that remaining variable. So we're solving for x, and solving for x is done by dividing both sides by 5, leaving me with x equals negative 3. Okay. Now I'm going to take that negative 3 and I'm going to pop it back into one of the equations. It does not matter which one. I'm just going to pick the first one because the numbers are smaller. So negative 3 times negative 3, which is my value for x, minus y equals 8. Okay. Negative 3 times negative 3 gives me 9. 9 minus y equals 8. And you could solve for this, but I think that it's pretty clear that y is going to be 1 because 9 minus 1 is 8. Okay, so you could use inverse operations or you could just use number sense. Okay, so my ordered pair, x is negative 3, y is 1, and you are done.